Two of the most controversial prophets known in history are Michel de Nostradamus, better known as Nostradamus, a French astrologer from the 16th century, and Vanga, a 20th century Bulgarian mystic often referred to as the Nostradamus of the Balkans. Both Nostradamus and Vanga are still widely referenced today for their prophecies about the world's future. Michel de Nostradamus was born in 1503 in Saint-Rémy-de-Provence, France, into a family of Jewish descent that had converted to Christianity. Known as a skilled physician and healer, Nostradamus initially gained respect by treating victims during the plague outbreaks that ravaged Europe. However, he soon found a different path to fame: prophecy. In his mid-30s, he began to focus on astrology, the study of celestial movements, and the belief that these movements could influence earthly events. Nostradamus published his most famous book, Les Prophéties, in 1555. This collection of quatrains, or four-line verses, was written in a unique and deliberately obscure style. His writings blended French, Greek, Latin, and Occitan, an ancient dialect, creating a language that was poetic and open to interpretation. Each verse was left intentionally vague, giving readers enough leeway to connect them to real-world events across time. Over the centuries, many scholars and readers have attempted to decode his quatrains, aligning his words with everything from the rise of dictators to modern technology and even climate change. Nostradamus' writing style has led to varying interpretations, but he remains respected by many for his foresight. Nostradamus is famous for his cryptic, often darkly poetic quatrains, published in a work titled Les Prophéties, which contain hundreds of verses predicting everything from natural disasters to shifts in political power. Believers claim he predicted major historical events such as the rise of Napoleon, the reign of Adolf Hitler, and even the September 11th attacks. But how did Nostradamus come to have these visions, and what do they say about our near future, particularly in 2025? Centuries later, Vanga began making predictions after she reportedly lost her eyesight in a violent storm. Her visions have since captivated people across the world, with believers attributing to her the ability to foresee events like the Chernobyl disaster, Princess Diana's death, and the fall of the Soviet Union. While some of her predictions were dire warnings, others offered hope, suggesting an era of peace following turbulent times. Vanga was born Vangelia Pandiva Dimitrova in 1911, in the small town of Strumica, then part of the Ottoman Empire. Known for her strong spiritual beliefs, she was blinded at a young age after being swept away by a storm. Her followers believed that this life-altering event opened her third eye, granting her visions that allowed her to see far beyond the present. Living through 2 world wars and the changing borders of Eastern Europe, Vanga's life was marked by hardship. Yet, it was also during these times of turmoil that she claimed to have received messages about the world's future. Her predictions often came in the form of straightforward, almost conversational statements. Unlike Nostradamus' cryptic verses, Vanga's prophecies were reported by her visitors, who came from all over the world seeking guidance on political matters, natural disasters, and even personal issues. Her reputation as a seer grew with her fame, particularly after she correctly predicted events like the Chernobyl disaster and the tragic death of Princess Diana. Her predictions are credited with revealing powerful truths, but like Nostradamus, her words were open to different interpretations. In the prophecies of Nostradamus and Vanga, technology and artificial intelligence are recurring themes. With references to mechanical beings and helpers without souls, Nostradamus described a world where the human-machine relationship is tested. Scholars have interpreted these lines as glimpses into the future of artificial intelligence, which has already begun to transform our society. In 2025, AI integration may reach new heights, potentially leading to innovations that were once the stuff of science fiction. Both seers suggested, however, that with these advancements come potential threats of a time when humanity could lose control over its creations. Vanga's prophecies also speak of a future intertwined with technology. She envisioned machines gaining intelligence that would rival human thought, leading to a fundamental shift in how societies operate. Her predictions for 2025 highlight a need for caution, implying that humanity's reliance on technology must be carefully balanced to prevent a loss of autonomy. Both Nostradamus and Vanga foresaw environmental changes that could reshape the planet. Nostradamus' quatrains contain phrases like "great fire in the heavens" and "oceans rising," which scholars believe refer to extreme weather events and the impact of climate change. Predictions for 2025 include potential natural disasters, rising sea levels, and a global call to action. Nostradamus envisioned a world where environmental catastrophes might force humanity to rethink its relationship with nature. Vanga also foresaw environmental turmoil, warning that the Earth would rebalance itself, implying that humanity's actions could provoke natural responses. For 2025, she saw drastic changes in weather patterns and an increased frequency of extreme climate events. Among the predictions of Nostradamus and Vanga are visions of shifting power dynamics and alliances on the global stage. Nostradamus wrote of two kings uniting and the lion bowing to the dragon, which some interpret as symbolic of Western and Eastern powers. His quatrains for 2025 suggest alliances that could redefine international relations, potentially altering global superpowers. Vanga also predicted a period where traditional superpowers might not dominate as they once did. Instead, she envisioned a world where smaller nations rise in influence, leading to a balance that could usher in a new era of collaboration or competition. For both prophets, 2025 symbolizes a turning point, a time when the global landscape may undergo a transformation that challenges the norms we've grown accustomed to. As geopolitical conflict and international collaborations intensify, their predictions continue to provoke thought and debate. Whether one views these predictions as cryptic warnings or uncanny visions, the prophecies of Nostradamus and Vanga hold a special place in the human psyche. They serve as reminders that, while history may change, our fears and hopes remain constant. Their predictions for 2025 challenge us to confront the future with awareness and caution, urging us to make wise choices. As humanity continues to evolve, the questions these prophecies raise will likely remain: are we destined to follow a predetermined path, or are these predictions simply a mirror reflecting our deepest anxieties and aspirations? The legacy of Nostradamus and Vanga endures, inviting us to ponder the unknown and to imagine the many possible futures that await.